When I started writing this book, the electorate in the United Kingdom had just voted to leave the European Union. It was Obama's last week in office after serving 2 terms as President of the United States, and Donald Trump had just been elected President. For me, and for many others, the social narrative of the UK and the US had shifted decidedly away from equality and connection, and towards division, separateness, and protectionism. Shifting narratives of connection versus disconnection were taking place in other countries also, as feelings that had previously laid dormant were once again given license to be expressed. Whatever you thought of his policies, Obama brought with him a level of hope and possibility to the idea of a non-racial world. His very presence, however, placed a mirror up to the myth of a post-racism society. Obama's visibility and very existence brought to the surface hidden thoughts, feelings, and behaviours that had been hiding in plain sight. Among other conversations around inequality, the world, it seemed, was in the grip of a race conversation that few people knew what to do with. Like many others, I went through a phase of dislocation and mourning, even paranoia, as these narratives played out on the world stage. Before these events took place, I had done a considerable amount of research regarding race and its traumatic effects on past and present generations. I had steeped myself in the historic horror and brutality of it all. What was happening in the UK, US, and other countries around the world triggered something inside me. I felt linked very personally to the atrocities directed at past generations, even though I was not a direct part of it. I have not experienced old-time racism in an overtly hostile way in my lifetime, yet I could feel it in my bones. The range of feelings stirring within me could be summed up as fear. And from that fear came rage, along with a sense of helplessness and intense inner discomfort. Nothing material had changed in my world, yet there I was with all this emotional turmoil. It was the charged narrative and the threat behind the narrative that had brought me to where I was. My vulnerability as a person of colour had been exposed, and the race construct had been activated within me. It was troubling to observe the breaking down of clear thinking in those I heard in the media,